Hi, I'm Aeon, and this is a video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to more Geometry Dash. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 best memory demons in Geometry Dash. With the release of Limbo, I've seen a lot of people be talking about the memory demon aspect again, and because I am a huge fan of memory levels, I want to showcase some of my personal favorites. I've tried my best to diversify as much as possible, so there aren't just extreme demons. There are a few because, well, when it comes to memory levels, people just tend to gravitate toward extreme demon difficulty for them for whatever reason. So there is a lot of memory extreme demons. However, there are some really good easy, medium, hard, insane demon memory levels that I really want to showcase, and today I'm going to be showing you some of my personal favorites. I did try to avoid being 100% biased towards this, so there are some levels that I did ask my community for that I think are also really cool. This list is in no particular order, so the number 10 could be better than the number 1. These are just 10 memory levels that I think are absolutely amazing. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. Let's go. Now, before we start this, I do have to preface, what is a memory demon? What I mean by a memory demon is that a majority of all gameplay in the level is memory. That means stuff like Nelv, which has maybe like 25% of the level be memory, would not classify as a memory demon. Yes, it has memory parts. I will not deny the fact that Nelv has memory parts. However, because of the fact that a majority of the level is not memory, a level such as Nelv cannot be on this list. Over 50% of the level has to be pure memory for it to be on this list. Now, just to start off so we can get this one out of the way, because I'm pretty certain that this is going to be the most controversial one, at number 10 we have Fake Doom by LunarSIMG. Fake Doom is one of those levels that, in my personal humble opinion, I think this is a perfect representation of pure memory. This is what memory wants to be. If you think about a memory level, if you're asked what is a memory level, the first level that comes to mind for me personally is Fake Doom. It is the purest form of memory that I can think of personally, and I think it is a fantastic representation of what it should be. LunarSIMG has always had a very good grasp of how to make good gameplay, so even though the level is very old, it also still holds up today by being a very fun playable level, which I highly recommend. If you do like memory, Fake Doom, very good. And if you really like that one, you could go for the sequel as well, Fake Might. Number 9 is Memory for Dummies. Memory for Dummies is a funny one, in my opinion, because as the name entails, it is memory for dummies. Surprise, surprise. So if you are stupid, but you like memory, but you have never really been able to do memory because small brain syndrome, this one's awesome. The thing about Memory for Dummies is that it is a pure memory level. However, cool thing that it does is that it actually indicates everything that you have to do. So in like the cube mazes where you have to like go up and go down X amount of times, every single part that you have to go to is indicated. However, it's only indicated for a short amount of time. So you can, technically speaking, sight read this level. It's just kind of hard. But this one does handhold you a little bit, which I think is a really neat concept. I think the idea of taking memory, streamlining it to where anyone can do it because you can sight read it is really cool. And it allows anyone like an ease into the whole aspect of memory, which I think is very fascinating. Number 8 is, in my opinion, one of the cooler design levels that have pretty much ever come out. It is a Mindbreaker by Bianox. I don't really have a lot to say about this. I just think this is a really cool memory level. Mindbreaker is one of those levels that I think is very pure, very awesome. It takes just standard high quality Bianox mega collab design style and creates a cool memory level out of it. It does have a prequel, which is, that's a great question, what's it called? You know, me asking for what the level is called was kind of silly because it does have a prequel named Memory by Bianox. The fact that I forgot about the name Memory is kind of silly. Anyway, Mindbreaker is a very good level, and if you do enjoy just regular design style and you enjoy Bianox's stuff, I think you would love this one. I know it's a very daunting task to learn stuff like Memory, but this one is a very good one. Number 7 is the first extreme demon on this list, and it is, you guessed it, Killbot. Killbot is one of those levels that everyone just loves. Killbot has, over the past couple of years now, become a cult classic almost, where no one really cared too much about it up until like a couple years ago. It had like 15-20 victors in the first 4 years of it releasing, and now it has what, 400? Killbot is a very awesome memory level that is just a good way to ease yourself into memory if you are an extreme demon grinder. It's just the memory demon. I think most people, if you ask them what is the penultimate memory level, a lot of people are going to say Killbot, and it's for good reason. It is a very popular level for very good reasons. It is a fantastic level with incredibly fun gameplay. I would argue that it has some of the easier gameplay to memorize. If you disregard the beginning of the level and the beginning of the draw, once you get to like 30%, the level is not that hard to memorize. Sure, it has a couple like really hard gameplay parts such as the last ship and the last UFO, but for the most part, it's just memorizing the beginning that's difficult. So it's like a hard level to memorize, but not really, if that makes sense. But I think that makes it very fun. Number 6 is a level that I really want to do, but I don't see anyone ever talk about. It is Poeyeng Aeng by AeonAir. This level is so cool in so many ways. It takes inspiration from Super Probably level, which makes it so that just gameplay and foreground and background and everything just blends together. It is almost like entirely invisible, but you can still kind of see what you're doing. And everything about this level is just so incredibly neat. It's just one of those levels that I can genuinely not tell you why I have not completed yet, because this level is awesome. It is one of my absolute favorite insane demons in this entire game. It has very easy gameplay, but it is very daunting to learn, I would say. I think the difficulty of this level comes from the fact that it is a scary level to actually try and pick up. Poeyeng Aeng is awesome. If you like memory and you are a seasoned memory enjoyer, I think this is a perfect level for most people to try. Number 5, I think no one didn't expect to be on this list. It is Limbo. Limbo by Mindcap and more is the memory level. I think that now that this has released and it has finally been verified, Limbo is going to take Killbot's spot as the penultimate memory level. It is incredibly difficult. It is 3.5 minutes of nothing but pure, unforgiving memory, and it is an insane task to undergo. It requires full focus throughout the entire level, but not just that, it is also very difficult. I think the fact that it is a memory level that requires a lot of actual like high-end skill is part of the reason why people are so excited about it. People like difficult stuff, people like memory, or have started to like memory a lot more, and Limbo has just been hyped up for the longest amount of time. I had to include this one, even though I feel like it was very self-explanatory that this was going to be on the list. I think Limbo deserves a spot, even if it's like the, oh, of course Limbo's on this, right? Number 4 is a level that I think I've never heard anyone talk about, and it is a level that was mentioned by one of my friends when I asked them, do you guys know any good memory levels? And the level in question is Follow Me by X Future. Similar to Memory for Dummies, this is a level that shows you where you have to go throughout the entire level, meaning that you actually have the possibility to sight read it. However, unlike Memory for Dummies where there are indicators, in this level you just trying to follow a little mouse dude, and he just shows you the entire level. There are 0 indications for anything, and if you remove the mouse guy, this level becomes extremely difficult to learn. It's a medium demon that I think perfectly encapsulates the idea of making a hard memory level accessible. And I think this is a fantastic level. I did not know about this level up until today, and I think this level is awesome. It is so good. It is so cool. It's a very simple idea, and it is very simple decoration, but the execution of this level is absolutely stellar, and X Future has more levels that you can check out if you want to that are just fantastic ideas with incredible execution. I think this one is amazing. Number 3 is Nightshade by Jakob Nugget, the other memory level that released this year that I feel like is getting kind of overshadowed by Limbo now, but this level is absolutely amazing. I don't have anything negative to say about Nightshade. It is genuinely one of the best levels to release in 2022, and it is absolutely stellar. It is taking everything that is good about a mega collab and making it into a memory level. It is so well put together. It is so incredibly well just crafted. A lot of the parts just flow very seamlessly together. It has incredibly cool transitions from part to part, which makes all the parts seem like they blend together despite being very stylistically different, which I think a lot more mega collabs should just do in general, so it's not just like a jarring cut off kind of thing. Nightshade is, I would probably say Nightshade is in my top 3 favorite memory levels of all time. It is just that good. Number 2 is Mastermind by Heinz. I feel like this is just, I had to include this one just because of the fact that it is Heinz's memory demon, and you guys know that I'm a sucker for Heinz. I absolutely love Heinz's stuff. Heinz is just absolutely fantastic. Everything about Heinz's stuff is just peak. Absolutely peak. Now, the thing about Mastermind to me is that this level is rather not that memory-esque. It's memory, but it's not that memory, if you understand what I mean. In most memory levels that I've been talking about earlier, there are a lot of different ways that you can try and approach the memory aspect of it as a puzzle. However, in Mastermind, there isn't really that many options. You have one part, and then if that doesn't work, then you try the other one, and that's usually the case. It's not that memory intensive. This is more of just a straightforward Heinz level merged with like slight memory aspect, which makes it very approachable. I think this is probably the easiest memory level to approach out of the ones that we've been talking about today, just because of the fact that it doesn't really require that much memorization, if that makes sense. And number 1, what I would argue is just the single best memory level in the entire game, and a lot of people also thinks it is the best extreme demon in the entire game. It is, of course, 666 by Silonox. I don't think I need to introduce or talk about 666 whatsoever. I think everyone who knows anything about Geometry Dash and knows anything about the extreme demon scene knows that 666 is just absolutely fantastic. It is everything correct about memory. It is intense. Visually speaking, it is absolutely fantastic. It does everything correct. To a lot of people, 666 was like the peak of Silonox, and for myself included, I think 666 is just wow. That's really all I have to say. It's just, wow, it's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely stellar. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful level. And I would highly recommend pretty much anyone to learn it and beat it if you are good enough at the game. It's a hard level, obviously. There are a lot of extreme demons on this list. However, I would argue that 666 is the easiest of the extremes, or I wouldn't even argue it. That's just an objective truth at this point, that 666 is the easiest of the extreme that is mentioned in this. If you want to go for memory extreme demon, 666 is probably your best bet. It is so good. So fantastically good. Anyway, that was my top 10 picks. I hope you guys enjoyed. I like to think that I managed to put a little bit of diversification in here. Some raw memory, some pure memory, some cool gimmicks, and I just thought it was a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, you might be wondering, Aeon, why didn't you pick Nelv? Nelv is like your favorite level. I should have introduced this in the intro. However, Nelv is not memory. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys around. If you're still healthy, hydrated, thank you for making my day better. Hope my yours a little bit better too. Peace out, everyone.